131 million Americans take at least one prescription medication every single day. Blood thinners, insulin, heart rhythm regulators, seizure suppressants. Every survival guide ever written was built for the other 100 million, the ones who can run, the ones whose bodies don't have a mechanical dependency on a pill that needs a pharmacy, a supply chain, and electricity to exist. Here's what nobody in the survival community says out loud. In a 7-day infrastructure failure, more people will die from running out of medication than from violence, exposure, and dehydration combined. Not might, will. And most of them will have had a bug-out bag packed and ready by the door. There's a legal mechanism that exists specifically for this scenario. It doesn't require a doctor's appointment. It's already active in most states right now. We'll get there. The survival industry sells gear, bags, freeze-dried food, water filters. The implicit promise, right equipment, survive anything. That promise works for a healthy 28-year-old with no chronic conditions. It fails for everyone else, and everyone else is the majority. 6 in 10 American adults have at least one chronic disease. Nearly half have 2 or more. These aren't edge cases. They're the statistical center of the population. Now watch what happens during an extended infrastructure failure. Day 1, normal medication supply. Day 2, same. Day 3, pharmacy is closed. Grid is down. 30-day prescription has 11 days left. Day 4, your body doesn't care about your bug-out bag. It only knows that the chemical it requires to function is no longer arriving on schedule, and the consequences don't wait. Let's be specific, because vague warnings don't save lives. A person managing atrial fibrillation who misses blood thinners for 48 hours faces measurably elevated stroke risk, not eventually, within 48 hours. A type 1 diabetic without insulin enters diabetic ketoacidosis within 24 hours. Without treatment, fatal within days. A person managing seizures who misses 3 consecutive doses faces withdrawal-triggered seizures regardless of how calm their environment is. The disaster doesn't cause these emergencies. The missing medication does. And most survival plans have no answer for this. None. There's also one medication category almost nobody thinks about, one with a failure timeline that's invisible until it's too late. We'll cover it before the end. 4 components. Each one addresses a specific failure point. All of them can be acted on this week. Component 1. Supply buffer. The goal is 90 days beyond your current prescription cycle. This is achievable through 2 channels most people never use. First, most insurance plans allow a 90-day mail-order supply at reduced cost. Standard option. Almost nobody uses it. Second, most prescribers will authorize an early refill when you use this exact phrase, "I'd like to maintain an emergency supply for continuity of care." That language is familiar to any prescriber. It works. Use it. Component 2. Storage integrity. Insulin requires refrigeration below 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Once opened, stable at room temperature for approximately 28 days. An unrefrigerated insulin supply during a summer power outage has a hard expiration that has nothing to do with the label. A $40 12-volt cooler powered by a car battery extends that window significantly. The cost asymmetry between that $40 and a fatal outcome is almost absurd. For all other medications, cool, dark, dry container, not a bathroom cabinet, one of the worst storage environments due to humidity. Component 3. Emergency Dispensing Authority. In 49 states, pharmacists can dispense maintenance medications during a declared disaster without a new prescription. It's called Emergency Dispensing Authority. It activates when the governor declares a state of emergency. It covers hypertension, thyroid, cardiac, and several other maintenance categories. Know this before you need it. Print the law from your state pharmacy board website. Keep it with your documents. A pharmacist who doesn't know you can still honor a legal provision you hand them on paper. Component 4. The printed medication record. Not on your phone. On paper, sealed in a waterproof bag, kept with your ID and insurance documents. Every medication, every dose, every prescriber contact, every known allergy. If you lose consciousness, this document is what keeps a first responder from administering something that interacts fatally with your current regimen. 20 minutes to create. Most people have never done it. During Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, the supply chain collapsed for months. The storm lasted days. The medication crisis lasted months. The majority of excess deaths in the following 6 months were not storm-related injuries. They were chronic disease deaths. People who ran out of medication in week 2, week 3, week 4. The disaster you're preparing for may not look like a hurricane, but the medication math is the same regardless of the cause. The survival community built a culture around physical resilience, speed, gear, the ability to move fast. That culture abandoned the majority of the population by building a doctrine that only works for the statistically unusual person. A bug-out bag doesn't address insulin unrefrigerated for 6 days. A water filter doesn't address seizure withdrawal. A 72-hour kit doesn't address a day 4 cardiac event. Preparedness that ignores medical reality isn't preparedness. It's theater. The window to act is now, not because collapse is inevitable, because preparation done in calm is worth 10 times the same preparation done in panic. And some preparations, the ones involving your heart, your blood, your brain chemistry, can only be done while the world is still working. Make the call this week. If this was useful to you, there's more coming. Every week, this channel covers one system modern life depends on, one historical method that worked without it, and one practical action you can take before you need it. No gear obsession, no panic, no politics, just the knowledge that used to be common sense and somehow stopped being taught. If that's the kind of content you want more of, subscribe. It costs nothing, and one of these videos might matter more than you expect.